Chandamama Ramayana Part 61. The next day, while Rama was seated in the assembly, a dog came outside and barked. Lakshman, realizing that the dog wished to lodge a complaint with the king, brought it into the court. Seeing the dog with a wounded head, Rama said, "Tell me fearlessly about the trouble that has befallen you." The dog replied, "A bhikshu named Sarvarthasiddhi broke my head. I did no harm to him." Rama immediately summoned the bhikshu and asked, "Why did you break the head of this dog? What harm did it do to you?" Sarvarthasiddhi replied, "O king, I was wandering from house to house for alms. I did not receive alms anywhere. In this state, this dog stood across my path and did not move no matter how much I shoot it. It is true that I struck it on the head, unable to control my anger. You may pronounce whatever punishment you deem fit." Rama asked the scholars in the assembly what kind of punishment should be given. Though many scholars were present, not even one gave a direct answer. Then the dog said to Rama, "O Rama, give him the punishment I suggest. Appoint him as the Kulpati at a place called Kalmanjara." Rama gave him that position and sent him away seated upon an elephant. The bhikshu also departed in great joy. Later, Rama and the ministers asked the dog, "Why did you have such a punishment given to that bhikshu? There must be some reason for this." The dog replied, "I held that same position in my previous birth. In that post, I had excellent food, servants, and every comfort. I was considered a man of great compassion for living beings, humility, and character. I performed worship of gods and Brahmins. Nevertheless, because I held that position, I attained this lowly birth. If this bhikshu, who is highly short-tempered and devoid of mercy, holds that office, he will surely suffer in a terrible hell for many births." After the dog departed, an owl and a vulture came to Rama to settle a dispute. There was a house in a forest. Both birds were quarreling, each claiming the house was theirs. To resolve this dispute, Rama went to the location of the house on the Pushpaka Vimana along with his ministers. Rama asked the vulture, "When did you build this house?" The vulture replied, "I built this house during the time when humans were first born upon the earth. This is my house." Immediately the owl said, "O Rama, I built this house during the time when trees first appeared upon the earth." Rama's ministers immediately decided that the house belonged to the owl. This was because the plant kingdom appeared first in creation. Since the vulture was trying to seize the house of the owl, Rama said he would punish the vulture. Then a divine voice from the sky spoke, "O Rama, why would you further punish this vulture who is already suffering under a curse? This vulture is King Brahmadatta. He was very wealthy, a hero, and a follower of truth. Gautama once came to his house as a guest. The king himself provided the guest with water for washing. While Gautama was accepting the hospitality of Brahmadatta, meat accidentally appeared in his food one day. Seeing this, Gautama became angry and cursed the king to become a vulture. Later, Gautama also said that liberation from the curse would occur when touched by Rama, born in the Ikshvaku lineage. Hearing these words from the sky, Rama touched the vulture. Immediately, the vulture transformed into a divine person. That man expressed his gratitude to Rama and departed. One day, more than 300 sages living on the banks of the Yamuna came to see Rama. Accepting the gifts of water in pots, fruits, and other items they brought, Rama made them all sit comfortably and asked the purpose of their visit. The sages requested Rama to liberate them from the harassment of a Rakshas named Lavnasura. This Lavnasura was the son of a Rakshas named Madhu. Madhu had performed very long penance toward Rudra and pleased him. As a result, Rudra created another trident from his own trident and gave it to Madhu, saying, "As long as it is with you, no one can defeat you." Madhu prayed to Shiva to grant that the trident remain in his family for generations. Shiva said, "After you, this trident will belong only to your son, and not thereafter." That Madhu married Kumbhinsa, who was like a sister to Ravana. Ravana was born to them. He was a great sinner from childhood. It was not possible for Madhu to put him on a good path. As Madhu departed for the Varuna world, he gave the trident given to him by Shiva to Ravana. Knowing its miraculous power, Ravana became more aggressive and was harassing everyone. He was tormenting and eating the sages. After listening to all the details told by the sages, Rama promised them, "I will have Lavnasura killed. You remain fearless." Later, he looked at his brothers and asked, "Who will undertake the task of killing Lavnasura?" Bharat said he would do the task. But Shatrughna came forward to compete with Bharat and said that he himself would kill Lavnasura, and that it was not proper for Bharat to toil while he was present, as Bharat had already suffered all the necessary hardships when he was previously in Nandigrama. Rama agreed to this and made arrangements to consecrate Shatrughna as the king of Madhupura. When one king dies, another must be ready to take up the burden of the kingdom immediately. As soon as the coronation ceremony of Shatrughna was over, Rama gave him an arrow and said, "This arrow is the one that killed Madhu and Kadbha. I did not use this even against Ravana. Kill Lavnasura with this." Another thing, Lavana possesses a spear equal to the trident of Shiva. No one can defeat him while it is in his hand. The trident of Lavana is always with him. Therefore, what you must do is, when he has left the city and gone elsewhere, you must besiege the city gate and intercept and kill him at the gate when he returns. Under no circumstances should he enter the city, and the trident must not fall into his hands. Moreover, Shatrughna should send the army ahead and then go alone. Lavana should not know that someone is coming to kill him. During the summer season itself, the army should cross to the other bank of the Ganga and camp there. Shatrughna should start at the beginning of the rainy season with his bow and arrows and go to kill Lavnasura. In this manner, Rama decided the course of the war. Accordingly, Shatrughna sent his army ahead and started after a month had passed. On the way, he stayed at the ashram of Valmiki for 2 days. Valmiki provided him with hospitality and told the story of that ashram, saying it once belonged to the Raghuvamsa. In the Raghuvamsa, there was once a man named Sudasa. His son was Mitrasha. While still young, he went hunting and saw 2 Rakshasas in the forest. Those Rakshasas were wandering in the form of tigers, eating every animal they saw, and had ruined the entire forest. There was not even one animal anywhere. Seeing this, Mitrasaha became very angry. As soon as he saw the 2 Rakshasas, he killed one of them. Then the second one said, "Sinner, you have killed my companion without cause, have you not? See what I shall do to you," and then disappeared. Some time passed. The king performed a magnificent Ashwamedha Yaga in that same ashram. Vasistha conducted the sacrifice. By the time the sacrifice was complete, the previous Rakshas, who held a grudge against the king, came in the form of Vasistha and asked, "O king, the sacrifice is complete. Feed me a fine meal of meat." The king was pleased and called the cook, saying, "Prepare a tasty meal for the Guru with the meat of the sacrificial offering." Meanwhile, the Rakshas in the form of the cook prepared a dish with human flesh, showed it to the king, and said, "I have prepared a fine dish with the offering." The king had the human flesh served to Vasistha by his wife Madhyanti. Vasistha recognized that what was served to him was human flesh and, becoming enraged, cursed the king, saying, "Become a man-eater." The king also became angry and took water into his hand to curse Vasistha. But before he could pronounce the curse, Madhyanti intervened and said, "He is like a god to us, he should not be cursed." Then the king poured the water in his hand upon his own feet. Due to that water, the feet of the king became stained. From then on, he got the name Kalmashpada. Later, Vasistha realized what had happened and granted that the result of the curse for Kalmashpada would last only 12 years. The king lived as a man-eater for 12 years, and when the curse ended, he became a normal man and ruled the kingdom as before. By the time Shatrughna entered the hut after hearing the story from Valmiki, Sita had given birth to twin boys. Upon hearing this news through the sons of the sages, Valmiki went and saw the children who were shining like the young moon, tied protective threads, and named the elder one Kusha and the second one Lava. This happened exactly at midnight. At that time, Shatrughna went to Sita and was very happy, saying, "Mother, what good fortune." The next day, he took leave of Valmiki and travelled westward, reaching the banks of the Yamuna in 7 days, and spent that night staying in the ashrams of the sages there. As soon as it dawned the next day, Shatrughna asked the great sage Chavana about Lavnasura and his trident. Saying that he had committed many atrocities with that spear, Chavana explained the history of Mandhata. Mandhata was the son of Yuvanashva, the king of Ayodhya. That Mandhata, who was very powerful, defeated all the kings on earth and decided to go to heaven to conquer it as well. Knowing this, Indra and the other gods were afraid. To Mandhata, who came seeking half of the throne of Indra and the service of the gods, Indra said pleasantly, "First conquer the earthly world completely and then come. then we shall give the celestial world to you. Mandhata said, "What is this? I have already conquered the entire earthly world. There is no opposition to my command there." Indra asked Mandhata, "There is one named Lavnasura in Madhuvana. Is he acting in subordination to you?" Mandhata felt ashamed and bowed his head, returned to earth, and set out with his army to conquer Lavana, sending word through a messenger to Lavana to surrender to him. Lavana caught and ate that messenger. When the messenger did not return for a long time, Mandhata started a war against Lavana. Lavana laughed upon seeing Mandhata and, as he used his spear, it reduced Mandhata along with his entire army to ashes. Chavana told this matter and said, "You must kill him only when that trident is not in his hand. You will be able to do that task tomorrow." The night passed easily with conversation. Chandamama Ramayana Part 61 is complete. For now, Swasti.